This is Soul Television News. I am Nena Igwe. Making headlines, Governor Francis Nwifuru has reiterated his administration's commitment towards working closely with religious institutions for moral and spiritual well-being of the people. Little Master Michael Douglas, son of Mr. Douglas Wanko of the Television News and Current Affairs, has been presented to God at St. John's Catholic Church, Okmugu, Abakaliki. And U.S. Secret Service shoots a man outside White House after unarmed confrontation. Now the news in full. Governor Francis Nwifuru has reiterated his administration's commitment towards working closely with religious institutions, emphasizing that government involves the moral and spiritual well-being of the people. The governor stated this during the inauguration of the in the state, marking the enthronement of Most Reverend Chikwendo Igwe as the pioneer Archbishop and installation of Professor Sunday Onwe as Archdiocesan Lay President held at Methodist Cathedral of the Holy Trinity, Abakaliki. Government House correspondent Osondo Unguta completes the report.
Governor Nwifuru, who noted with joy that the establishment of Archdiocese signifies a new era of spiritual revival, evangelism, and divine expansion, saying it is a significant milestone, a testament of growth of not only Methodist Church, but deepening of faith for all Christians in the state. The governor recognized the historic contributions of Methodist Church in supporting moral guidance, promoting righteousness, and serving the community, and emphasized that the church's enduring commitment to upholding the teachings of Christ has made it a beacon of hope for all Christians. He further acknowledged the invaluable work of the Methodist Church in the state, recognizing its partnership in education, healthcare, social welfare, and maintained that such collaboration has contributed to nourishing the community and supporting the state's collective development. He expressed heartfelt congratulations to Archbishop Chikwendo Igwe, noting that his elevation is not just an honor, but a call to a greater service, and prayed God to grant him the grace to shepherd his people with wisdom and righteousness, while urging Methodist faithfuls to rally behind their new leader to enable him succeed.
This is a significant milestone to us in Ebonyi State, not just for the Methodist Church alone, but for the entire Christian community in our Christian Ebonyi. To our dear pioneer Archbishop Chikwendo Igwe, I extend my heartfelt congratulations. Your Grace, this elevation is not just an honor, but another high level of divine assignment in the Lord's vineyard. It is a call to greater service, a responsibility that requires deep wisdom, humility, and the dedication to the work of God, who called you to serve Him in this position and capacity. And I pray that God will continue to bless and guide this Archdiocese, even as I pray it becomes a place of spiritual renewal, divine blessings, and positive transformation.
The newly appointed Archbishop of Ebonyi, His Grace Chikwendo Igwe, in a homily that resonated deeply with both faith and community service, called upon those chosen for the service of God to embody the virtues of sincerity and trustworthiness as exemplified by Apostle Timothy, emphasizing that the blessings received from God should never be taken for granted, but to be utilized in meaningful ways that would positively impact the society. He commended the state of Ebonyi for its rich leadership heritage since its creation, recognizing past leaders' dedication to the state's progression and calling for continued commitment to excellence. Archbishop Igwe specifically acknowledged Governor Nwifuru, urging him to heed wise counsel, particularly emphasizing that true wisdom and guidance come from God. His Grace pledged his ongoing dedication to pursuing truth in his service to God and humanity, with a clear focus on contributing to the development of the state.
That have been endowed with capacity, with so many, endowments for building of the church and the state, receive not that grace in vain. Let that grace be activated for the purpose of nation building, that your name will be reckoned with. And I want to ask all of us here, How sincere are you as a Christian? How honest are you? Can people trust you? Can people believe that your integrity cannot be faulted, both in public service and in church?
The event featured official inauguration of the Archdiocese, the enthronement of the Archbishop, and special prayer session by the Prelate Methodist Church of Nigeria, His Eminence Dr. Oliver Aliaba Osondo Nguta. Salt TV News.
The Ebonyi State Governor, Chief Francis Nwifuru, has expressed deep concern over the alarming decline in educational standards, particularly in secondary schools. Governor Francis Nwifuru disclosed this when he embarked on a project inspection at his alma mater, Community Secondary School, Wofi Amajainiji local government area. Government House correspondent Osondo Nguta is still on the line.
The governor's visit to the school was both a nostalgic return and a pivotal movement for the institution as he walked the hallways of his former school with mixed feelings. The governor, who did not shy away from addressing the critical issues plaguing education in the state, noted with pains the state of educational institutions, describing the level of its decay as unacceptable. Governor Nwifuru, who expressed his determination to uplift the educational standard within the community and beyond, emphasized the need for teachers to enhance their teaching methods in the interest of the students.
But see the outcome. See what they are giving to the society after spending the whole money. Do you know how much state government is spending here? This project we are building here is 500 and something million. Is it what I'm building it for? People that are not ready to learn. This school was the best when it comes to science. You ought to be very clear about science. If not, what you are going to meet after leaving this place will be so compelling to the extent that you won't even confront it.
Governor Nwifuru, while interacting with both students and teachers of the school, appealed to students across the state to prioritize their studies over social activities, emphasizing that dedication to education is essential for building a formidable career. He highlighted the significance of hard work and perseverance, reiterating that academic achievement is not only a personal milestone, but also a way to honor one's family and contribute positively to the society.
You're going to write WAEC soon. By May, June now, you start writing WAEC. How will you write what you don't know? You don't know where you will find yourself tomorrow. If you destroy your time now, when you get to the level of being head, then the opportunity may not be there again. If the teachers are teaching you well and they are not concentrating to get what they are teaching you, you're finished. Because you're not doing your teacher. You're destroying yourself because you have nothing to take home. It's better you're not in this place than you being in this place and be destroying others. Because once you lose concentration, you will get nothing. And you're not supposed to lose concentration. At your age, you're thinking nothing.
Governor Nwifuru announced his signature project of a world-class science laboratory in the school, which he said would serve as a beacon of hope for the students and a tool for enhancing their learning experience. The proposed science laboratory is expected to be a state-of-the-art facility, providing students with opportunity to engage in learning and experimentation in the sciences. Osondo Nguta, Salt TV News.
Site engineers and architects handling the construction of model secondary school structures in Ebonyi State have been arrested by the Nigerian police for substandard jobs and delay in the project execution. Those arrested are Mr. Emeka Ogoro, handling in Kaliki Community Secondary School, Ojewe, and Mr. John Nwambo, supervising Community Secondary School, Abe Amachi, and Mr. Arinze Wefi, handling Community Secondary School, Abina Iko. The report.
Those arrested by the police were on the orders of the State Executive Council Committee monitoring the extent of work at the 39 model secondary schools across the state, led by the Commissioner for Youth and Sports Development, Chief Richard Idike. Chief Idike, who was visibly unhappy with contractors handling the projects for not only executing shoddy jobs, but also for unwarranted delays, explained that the arrest became necessary to commit the contractors to sign agreement with the police and swear an affidavit indicating their readiness to complete the project in line with contractual specification.
They will go to police, do the undertaking with affidavits, telling government when they will finish the job. If they are allowed, even in the next 2 years, they will not finish it. So we are not impressed at all. Some are even at the lintel. They have not even done the decking. And it shows that they are not serious. They have been paid 100%.
Secondary School Nwofe, where the beam was poorly cast, and directed the contractor to get it corrected without delay.
Even though the contractor is at the parapets, but the work is so bad that, in fact, if I'm asked, I will say they should demolish it and start afresh. Because what is there is not the standard of a boy.
It was gathered that some of the workers arrested are handling multiple contracts, and some of the sites visited showed non-seriousness, while some have structural defects. Schools supervised by the committee included Community Secondary School Nwofe, Community Secondary School Enyigwe, Nkaliki Community Secondary School Ojiegbe, and Community Secondary School Akbeamachi. Others are Community Secondary School Ndiego Echarikwo, Ikwo High School Agobia, and Community Secondary School Abinikwo. Moses Erogo for Sol TV News.
And still in the news, Little Master Michael Douglas, the son of Mr. Douglas Nwankwo of News and Current Affairs Television (BBC), has been presented to God amidst fanfare. The child presentation was held at St. John's Catholic Church, Okpugu. The report.
It was a moment to remember and an event to behold as friends, well-wishers, and family members of Mr. and Mrs. Douglas Nwankwo gathered to celebrate Little Master Michael Douglas as he was presented to God. In a sermon, Reverend Father Kenneth Chibu, who preached on the topic, "You cannot be exempted from temptations and tribulations," said, notwithstanding the challenges and sufferings being faced by Christians, they will come out victorious because of God's abundant grace upon them.
You have to live with it. You live with these truths. And then you find out how to negotiate it in life.
The chairman of the occasion and chairman coordinators forum, Ebonyi State, Mr. Chido Bonna, senior special assistant to the governor on rice mill, Mr. Ebel Nwozaka, Mr. Jonathan Omini said, children are the greatest gift of God to humanity, and wished Little Master Michael Douglas all the good things life can offer.
Guide the child to grow on his wisdom, so that at the end of the day, the family, being Douglas and the wife, will benefit from their child after bringing them.
Favor, more blessings, more money in their banks. They will never lack anything.
Others, including the coordinator of Ebonyi Development Center, Dr. Destiny Nwodum, Professor Joseph Nkwede, Mr. Augustine Nwankwo, Mr. Douglas Ochishi, and Mr. Maurice Bam, wished the child good health, long life, and God's abundant blessings as he blossomed in God's vineyard. The couple, Mr. and Mrs. Douglas Nwankwo, thank God for the gift of their child and promise to give him proper and adequate training.
I'm so happy that God bless my family with this bouncing baby blood. I pray that God will bless him so that his blessing will reach others.
I'm assuring you that as long as I will take care of him and train him in his love.
They advise those who are yet to give birth to always pray as God will visit them soon. For Salt TV News, I am Chidebere.
We'll take a break at this point, so TV News returns in a moment. Please stay. Many thanks for staying tuned. The Edo State government, under the leadership of Governor Monday Webolo, has intensified its crackdown on individuals aiding kidnappers in the state. And the task force demolition of the property linked to criminal activities. The latest demolition took place in Ishuriri Era, or 1 East local government area, targeting the home of a septuagenarian accused of acting as an informant for kidnappers operating in the Owan and Eastern Forest. The report.
The suspect, identified as Mr. Karimu Audu, is alleged to have provided critical information to suspected kidnappers, hosted them overnight, and supplied them with food. Villagers speaking anonymously claimed that those who opposed his actions had either mysteriously disappeared or faced violent attacks on their farms. Addressing journalists at the scene, the special advisor to the governor on security affairs, Mr. Akere Paul, emphasized the government's zero tolerance for complicity in kidnapping. The commander of the Edo State Task Force, SP Michael Aneto, reaffirmed the administration's commitment to eradicating kidnapping.
The federal government has officially converted the Gombe State General Hospital Kumo to a Federal Medical Center, FMC. The report.
Marking a significant boost for healthcare service in the state and the entire Northeast region. This makes it the second federal medical institution in Gombe State, alongside the Federal Teaching Hospital, Gombe, which was initially a medical center before its upgrade. A statement by the SA to the President on Information and Strategy, Mr. Bayo Onanugo, confirmed that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu approved the takeover following a formal request from Governor Mohammed Yahaya. The move aims to address poor maternal and neonatal mortality rates in the region and enhance healthcare delivery.
And on the foreign scene, the U.S. Secret Service shot a man outside the White House early on Sunday after an armed confrontation, the service said in a statement. The report.
It had earlier received a tip-off from local police about a suicidal individual who may be traveling to Washington, D.C. from Indiana. According to the statement, its officers approached a man matching that description who brandished a firearm, adding that shots were fired. He said that the man is now in hospital in an unknown condition. Reports revealed that President Donald Trump was not in the White House at the time, as he is spending the weekend at his Florida.
Syria's leader Ahmed Shara has called for peace after days of clashes where Syrian security forces allegedly killed hundreds of civilians from the Alawite religious minority. The report.
The UK-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, which monitors fighting in Syria, said about 745 civilians were killed in 13 massacres targeting Alawites on the west coast on Friday and Saturday. A reporter is yet to independently verify the death toll of the escalating violence, believed to be the worst since the fall of the Assad regime. The number of fighters killed in the past 4 days brings the total death toll to more than 1,000 people, says the Syrian Observatory. This included about 125 fighters linked to the new Islamist-led government and 148 pro-Assad fighters. Speaking from a mosque in Damascus, the interim president said what is currently happening in Syria is within the expected challenges.
And with that story, we end the news. But before we go, a quick look at the major stories. Governor Nwifuru reiterated his commitment towards working with religious institutions for moral and spiritual well-being of the people. Mr. and Mrs. Douglas Nwankwo of BBC Television News and Current Affairs Department presented their son, Michael, to God. We also brought a report from the foreign scene that U.S. Security Service shot a man outside White House after an armed confrontation. Thanks for watching. My name is Nena Igwe.